will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Friday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. And let me say thank you to a senior citizen, Mr. Bawini, for my great smoke this morning. We appreciate you. Thank you so much indeed. And also say thank you once again to all our viewers, all our listeners, our friends at the various trotro stations, our friends at the various taxi ranks, our friends in the various schools, our friends in the hospitals, our friends in the law firms, our friends at the banks, our friends all across the country, many different professions and many different individuals, the high and mighty, the low and bubbly, all of them who make time to share our content and to also like what we do here, what we say here. We appreciate you immensely, and we say thank you very much indeed for keeping tabs with Johnny's Bite every single morning, so that we are informed to make better choices for the sake of ourselves and the sake of Mother Ghana, paramountly. Now let's begin this conversation by reminding you that we are in the month of October, and we call it Pinktober. Pinktober for good reason. Pinktober because it is supposed to be the month when breast cancer awareness is paramount. In fact, it has to be paramount throughout the year, but in the month of October, breast cancer awareness is paramount. And it being paramount is synonymous with the fact that we want to end the whole thing. We want to make sure that it doesn't become a problem to people. And for me, we know that those who have had the terrible experience with breast cancer have always come to the table, with very harrowing stories. Those who have not had an experience yet may always want to perhaps downplay this whole concept of a breast cancer and the reality of sin. But those who have had a harrowing experience with breast cancer, when they tell their stories, you actually feel the pain in their hearts and the tears that drop from their eyes. And so in this month of October, which we call Pinktober, please take advantage of it and get your breast tested. And by getting your breast tested, it's not just about women. Men also are susceptible to breast cancer. And so we encourage the men, the brothers as well, to get tested for breast cancer. And having said that, let me say and inform you that there's a brand new university in town. It's an international university of South African ancestry. And this brand new university is located at Opebia in the Greater Accra region. Opebia is on the airport stretch. If you're driving towards the Accra International Airport, you would see this university I'm talking about. It's called the Rosebank International University College. They're global ready programs that they have expert-led tuition. And this university is a brand and a part of the AdvTech Group. That's Africa's largest private education provider, with 146 schools across 5 African countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned by the World Bank through the IFC. And the Rosebank International University is also fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, GTEC in Ghana, City and Guilds UK, and the Capsicum Culinary Studio. They have programs right from not a PhD, the DBA, and all the way down to the undergraduate. You should see their classrooms. You should see the services, that the quality. You should take a time off your schedule to go and visit the place. Once you take your child there, or once you go there to get maybe a postgraduate degree, or you want to seek to get some extra tuition, to become a world-class citizen, to be inspired for excellence, to have a global appeal, you will know that I didn't advise you falsely. And they are anchored on the community. So you should visit the Rosebank International University. They have communication programs. They have programs in hospitality and culinary. They have programs in information communication technology. They have programs in business administration. You can name it. They have nearly everything. How do you reach them? You can reach them on their phone numbers if you're calling from outside Ghana. And I know that most of you watch us from outside Ghana. That's +233 307 007 800. That's +233 307 007 800 or www.riuc.edu.gh. I repeat that, www.riuc.edu.gh, and you are sure to get the attention and to get all that you need from the Rosebank International University. Now, I am happy today, very, very excited, because the producer of the Sunrise Morning Show, Sixtus Don Ulo, one Don Ulo as we call him here on the show, is being called to the bar this morning. Sixtus Don Ulo is being called to the bar this morning, and we are happy about it. But he is not alone. He is with also media generals Joseph Akable, who for some time, that's not Joseph Akable, that's Benjamin Alpha. We don't have Joseph Akable's photo though, but that's Sixtus Don Ulo, and let Sixtus take his flowers. And Sixtus is not alone. He's with Joseph Akable, Benjamin Alpha, which you see on your screen now, Eric Yaweje of NEIP. We also do have Mr. Karewe, who's being called to the bar today, and many other individuals. I may not be able to mention all their names, but congratulations to all of you. My good friend, the late Ernest Yaokumi, would have been called to the bar today, but he's late, and we don't know what the Chief Justice and the General Legal Counsel have up their sleeves. I want to say good morning to His Lordship, the Acting Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafuboni, a fantastic gentleman. Indeed, want to say good morning to you as well. But congratulations, that's Joseph Akable. Put him up there so we can see Joseph Akable quickly. So Joseph Akable, Sixtus Don Ulu, Benjamin Alpha, Eric Yaweje, and all the great guys. It's a very, very difficult job to do, and they have been able to deliver this excellently, and we salute them and we appreciate them. Now, speaking of the law, I am happy that the Acting Chief Justice, His Lordship Justice Paul Bafuboni, the Auditor General, and then also the Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine, will be meeting the President over questions of accountability relative to the Public Accounts Committee and the Auditor General's report. Because you realize that over the years, people steal from the nation, they pilfer, they steal from us, they rob us, they dip their hands into their public purse, they take what they want and they just walk away. And then when it is time for accountability, they come, they sit before the panel, they are asked all the tough questions, or so it seems, and then you either go and refund the money, or they're told to go and sin no more. They are either told to go and sin no more, or they are made to refund the money. My argument has always been that if I steal 500,000 Ghana cedis, or 50,000 Ghana cedis, or 20,000 Ghana cedis, and I keep it for a whole year in my bank account or in some investment account, and Jonathan Syme will explain to you how much you could possibly get if you keep such huge amounts of money in an account over a period of time. You make some money off it, but then we ask them to pay those monies and we leave it and we say that's okay. So I'm very excited that the Acting Chief Justice, the Auditor General, and the Attorney General will be meeting the President over this, and I hope that will actually bring some closure and finality to such backward behavior by people. People ought to be punished for doing the wrong things against the nation. People ought to be punished for stealing the little resources that we have. People ought to be punished for actually stealing taxpayers' monies. And you should read the Auditor General's report. You should listen to the Public Accounts Committee. Before you see what happens at the Public Accounts Committee, the Auditor General's team would have actually gone all into the hinterlands and to all the institutions to do their own audit. And then Iyoko will also go around and do all their checks. Before Parliament's Public Accounts Committee also goes to do all their checks. So what you see as Public Accounts Committee is the final thing where, some things that they didn't get full answers to, then they come and do. So what you see there is the last bit, it's the final bit. But if you go to the regions and you go to the districts and you listen to some of the conversations about how monies have been misappropriated, how funds have been misused in many different ways, you ask yourself, so is this the same country that keeps begging for money, that keeps traveling around to borrow money, to pay interest on those monies? So I'm very happy about it. And I pray that we shall find a lasting solution to it, so it doesn't become another talk shop. Because all we are happy about is announcing that, this year we lost 19 billion Ghana cedis through financial irregularities, payment irregularities, other irregularities. We list them nicely, we put them in a report. If you go on the Auditor General's website, you see the reports from back in the day. We announce it and we are okay, and we go back, it's business as usual. What kind of a people are we? We cry that we don't have money. You have children lying on their bellies to read. You have teachers crossing rivers to go and teach. You have pot-ridden roads. You have streets that have no street lights. You have hospitals that are struggling for beds and other essential facilities. Yesterday, my good friend Major Randy was talking about oxygen not being a luxury. And I agree with him. I've stood here and said so many times that I've seen health professionals run helter-skelter at Korle Bu, for example, just looking for oxygen to make somebody survive. And it is not just Korle Bu. I'm using Korle Bu because that's what I have seen and that's what the example I know. But I'm not sure the situation is any different anywhere. And so if we have some money, we could use those monies to help people and to make people heal and survive. And so we have to do better. Now, staying within the health sector, the Minister for Health, and I saw the Member of Parliament for Ladade Kutupon as well, now Dole Soa, and they said, well, the government has decided to vote 130 million Ghana cedis for the resumption of the construction of the La General Hospital. So it suggests that the previous government was doing some work, and this some work was done under Bernard Okoboy when he took over as health minister, former MP for Lejokuku. Kweku Ajimamenu, MP for Doma Central, who told us that all the funding had been secured at the time of breaking down the La General Hospital, did not do FOCO. Stricto sensu. Because if you break down the thing and you go and put some heaps of sand and stones there and you have some excavators masquerading as doing something and nothing happens, ofeko noko onyeshi. Is it true that the minister himself, the former MP for Doma Central and former minister for health, former chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, who was asking all the tough questions, no, keep the photo on, who was asking all the tough questions, has his own health facility in the Doma area completed? The question you want to ask, no, put the La General Hospital on. Gentlemen, put the La General Hospital on. The question you want to ask is, he has his own facility. Does he? Now, he completed his own facility at what time? And within what period? I want the La General Hospital photo on the screen, please. He has his own facility completed. Yes? If that is correct, did we complete the Agenda 111 in the Doma area too? It's a question to ask. But I digress. The government says it is releasing 130 million Ghana cedis for resumption of the construction of the General Hospital. That's according to Kwabena Minta Kando when they went on a tour of the place. Now, it tells you that so there you can see the minister with the entourage, that's the MP by his side, and you can see some officials of the health ministry. They're taking a tour of the place. I hope this is not another talk shop. I actually want to see work because this hospital serves the people of La. It serves the people of Teshi. It serves the people of Nongwa. It serves even the people of Usu. So we want a certain seriousness attached to this, because we can complain all we want to suggest that the health facilities, may have to wait at some point because the economy is struggling and we have to take a look at certain, portions of the economy. No. I have said here that there are 5 portions of the economy, our country, that we cannot toy with and politicize. Health is one of them. Education is the other. Agric is the other. The economy itself is the other. And security is the other. So, Mr. President, we are happy about this, but we want it to be actualized within a certain time frame. This 130 million Ghana cedis that has been voted to resume work on this, will it complete it? That's the first question. And if it will complete it, within what period? If it will complete it, within what period will it complete it? Because the people want, you should go and visit Lekma one of these days. Just walk into Lekma one of these days. Or walk into any of the private clinics and hospitals within those areas. The areas I'm mentioning, La, Teshi, Nungwa. Just take a cursory look at some of the areas. And you see how choked the facilities are. Even the pressure that is now on 37 military hospital, because the La General Hospital was broken down and we decided to sit and watch. Somebody suggested that if we were not ready to construct it all together, we should have done it side by side. So you keep the hospital and then you start, breaking and then building and breaking and building as you go ahead. But we didn't listen. We wanted to do show, pretty much like what we did with Agenda 111. Because if you have your own money and you are constructing your own house and you wanted to construct 5 houses, you won't start the foundation of all the 5 houses at the same time. You will finish one and go to the other, or maybe you pick 2 and finish so that it is habitable. If we had voted the monies that we got for Agenda 111, the figures that are being quoted to us, we had voted those monies into at least 20 or 15 of those facilities, they'll be up and running by now. So the pressure on those other facilities would have lessened. But we chose not to listen. And that's the caution I keep giving to this current government, that listen. Listen. It is very important that you listen. So please make time to listen.
Sector. And so, as you heard, the consultant and a contractor briefing us. This is costing us about 50 million euros. This project has gone through some history. The first arrangement didn't go through, and then they had to follow a second alternative. So there is no reliable, or if you like, a dedicated source of funding. There are projects where you have loan or grant, or you have a specific source of funding. So as it stands now, this project, you have to make an allocation on the national budget before you get money to continue this project. There are projects when you inherit there is a dedicated funding. So once you inherit, you just have to run with it. This is not the type of project. And so in 2025 budget, we made an allocation of 130 million Ghana cedis for this project. My records indicate that out of the 50 million euros, about 7 million euros has been paid, which means that we have about 43 million euros more to pay before the completion of this project. Your guess is as good as mine. Is it?
12 million has been paid.
Okay. So that is the records available. And the second IPC has been raised. As I indicated during my first submission, we have forwarded them to the Ministry of Finance. That is a process. We can't pay you without IPC, without you raising anything. And so it's been raised. We forwarded them to the Ministry of Finance. We've done some follow-ups.
So that's the La General Hospital story. Now, one thing has also been trending. Lots and lots of young people who want to join the Ghana Armed Forces or any of the security services. I know how passionate some people are about it. That's one. I also know how some people want to use that as a place to be stable so they can earn a monthly income. And I also know how some people want to use that just as a status symbol. So there are three strands of, reasons why people want to join the Ghana Armed Forces or any other security institution. There are requirements. And recently, the Ghana Armed Forces has been very clear. And they have always been clear anyway, but recently they have had to reiterate that if you don't have certain qualities and you don't have certain qualification, you don't qualify. If you take your time to read and understand and go and watch and hear and assimilate and understand, I'm not sure you will pick your 200 Ghana cedis to go and waste. I'll say that again. If you take your time to read and understand, if you take your time to go and watch and assimilate, you will not go and waste your 200 Ghana cedis and come and complain to us later that we picked our forms but nobody gave us jobs. It has been happening. You don't want to be the one to go and give your money out for free. Having said that, I still don't understand why, as a country, we still collect monies from people who want to serve our country. Recently, people have been making videos, and it's true indeed. They literally bait you elsewhere with goodies and how much you'll be paid and what you'll be. They are in the eateries and in the parks, etc., sharing leaflets and talking to people, as to why they should come and join the army and all of that. In our case, you have to pay. And you literally be humiliated. You have your forms. You'll be made to move from this side. Say, hey, everybody left. Hey, everybody right. Hey, everybody go now. Everybody up. I know it's a regimented space. But can we change things the way it is? I remember that, 84,000 people were made to congregate at the Elwak Sports Stadium once upon a time. We took monies from 84,000 young people. How many jobs did we give them? How many jobs did we give them? And it looks like it's a money-making venture for everybody, from the universities to the law school to the police to the immigration to fire service to prisons to the army. It looks like it's a money-making venture for people. I am not saying that because you have space for 13 people, you should sell 13 forms. No. You can have a certain threshold, or maybe sell a double or triple. That's understandable. You have space for less than 100 people, and you sell forms for more than 2,500 people. So we are literally exploiting the people because they are desperate for jobs. And I'm saying that should not be happening as a country. And I keep telling you that some of the people at the helm of affairs back in the day when they were in the universities had jobs being pushed to them, job offers. They themselves came to tell us. They came to tell us that the UACs and what have you were literally coming to them because they were looking for university graduates. So they will come and push the offers, under their doors. After they have taken allowances for going to school, and after they have had breakfast, lunch, and supper and snacks, after they have had orderlies come to take care of their rooms. Yes. That's a reality. In the past, all these goodies were enjoyed. Today, we are told that we are getting better. But the better that we are getting, or whatever description you want to give to it or assign to it, it doesn't look better. And I'm sure that we can do better. In wrapping up, for example, Kunzo, show me the cattle grazing in the heart of the city. We say we are getting better. This was around the Kolebu area. Cattle grazing in the city, around a place called Baba, around Kolebu area. Cattle grazing in the city. Alote, good morning to you. This is the ring road. The ring road. You are heading towards, the Circle Dubai. What is wrong with us? And you have assemblies there, you have DCs and MCs there, you are supposed to have, metro guards there, you are supposed to have a community, everybody is there, but everybody seems to watch. Look, where the cattle were grazing, it's not far from where the police checkpoint is. And they see somebody following the cattle and shepherding the cattle and holding a stick and guiding the cattle. And they are watching. Here ends my sermon. Please call me 055-924-2717